Before we understand the cultural context in which we live, I think it's important perhaps to understand the biblical context of where people are. Biblical context and understanding people is unchanging. Cultural context changes with time. It varies by geography. But the biblical context is this, that we are told in the Bible what we know about non-Christians. So, for example, we know, even if they deny it, that non-Christians believe there is a God who is good, a God who is glorious, a God who is just. We know because the Bible teaches us that they know that they have sinned, that there is a judgment, that there is eternity. And so that helps us apply that biblical context to any cultural context. But then for any cultural context, it's trying to work out what the prevailing attitudes are. And sometimes in the UK, where I'm from, just understanding what the consistent messages from the BBC are gives us an understanding of where the country is at, or understanding what are the popular trends on social media, or seeing who are the key people that others follow on social media and understanding where they're coming from. So those are some of the ways we can understand cultural context. And I also say this, we need to think there's a difference between global and local. So I'm from a small town, and so the cultural context in my small town is very different to the nearest big city, which is only 10 miles away. So even there's local differences between culture. So my town is very small, people know each other. The next big city seems a bit more impersonal. So understanding the biblical context first, knowing what people believe, because the Bible tells us they believe that, and then looking for clues through social media, through TV, through talking to people in your own local community helps us understand where people are at and what they think.